You're live, okay? Good afternoon, everyone. This is Rupa from Blackstone Business Setup Services. And today we have come up with our next webinar, which is A to Z of company setup in UAE. So, on request of many of our clients and people across the world who are inquiring about setting up in Dubai, we thought to do this webinar to give you a little basic information on why you should choose Dubai and how you can launch your business in Dubai and access the global market through this platform. So today with me, we have two another expert consultants, Mr. Faisal Ulmani and Anshu Anthony. Both of them are expert business consultants who have been in the industry for the last 6, 7 years, and they are experts in mainland free zone and offshore incorporations. So today they will be with us in the presentation and they will be taking us through the details on incorporations in these jurisdictions. So before we start with details, let me tell you a little bit about this city. This wonderful city, which has a strategic location, which connects the east and the west through its amazing location, it's become a trading hub for the global market. Uh, there are seven emirates in this country, which is Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, Ajman, Dubai, obviously being the most famous one, which all of you know, Ras Al Khaimah, Al Quwain, and Fujairah. Now, all these cities are developing in its own way and making a mark in the international, business market. Recently, Sharjah has been awarded as one of the best cities to live with families. Abu Dhabi is hosting the best of the exhibitions related to oil and gas, logistics, weapons, and many other subjects, industrial exhibitions, which is inviting people from across the globe. So, all Russell Khema has recently announced his project of making the casino, the first casino of UAE, and also it is coming up with many projects related to crypto and bitcoins, which very soon Mr. Fazal and Shu will disclose. So every city is trying to make its mark, and all the cities are just in 1 to 2 hours drive. So it is easy for you, like whether you set up your company in any of these cities, it is easy for you to travel and market your services or products in the audience in any of these cities. As you know, Emirates has total almost 12 to 13 million population, in which almost 10 million is just expats. So you can just wonder the amount of expats living in the city from almost 200 countries. You can also see the population distribution city wise, where Dubai itself has more than 3 million people living in this beautiful city and making a livelihood for themselves. Moving to next, as you know, a question must be coming in your mind that why Dubai? So I'm not going to cover the common topics. I'm sure all of you are aware that it's an international, tourist hub. People love to see Dubai. It's beautiful. It's safe. It's secured. However, I would like to highlight three major points, which personally I feel is amazing game changer for any entrepreneur coming to the city. Point number one, obviously Dubai is very futuristic. So everything they do, whether they think about, like I think Expo 2020, they will think like 4 years or 5 years back, or whether it is building a particular building or a monument or anything. I think Dubai thinks of the future always, and it is always 10 steps ahead from other parts of the world. In 2020, when the rest of the countries were struggling with different measures, uh, Dubai already handled everything within a month, and all the businesses were smoothly running and operating as it is, as normal. Me being in this city, living in this city during that COVID, I saw how the city helped the people living over here, get back to their businesses, get back on their feet in just no time. The kind of management skills and leadership that they showed at that time was wonderful. Also, when there are distress situations in the neighboring countries or other parts of the world, Dubai has always been giving helping hand, and they have the knack of handling difficult situations, which makes it very assuring for any entrepreneur that no matter what the situation is, this city will make sure that I get back to my business in no time, which every entrepreneur dreams of. Because on a daily life, we also know that an entrepreneur is solving different problems, different challenges. And when a business is stuck, many other things are dependent on that. So if the city supports an entrepreneur like that, the entrepreneur can take full risk and take big decisions, or you can say expand, um, you know s- absolutely being stress free. So this is something that I really like about Dubai, and once everybody who is staying here will acknowledge this, and they must have witnessed this. Point number two: Dubai is a place which we call where the world meets, where the world loves to meet. So because of the safety and security, because of the good banking system, and many other reasons, the whole world comes and deals in Dubai. The best of the exhibitions happens in Dubai. In I think all throughout the year, more than 60 or 70 exhibitions take place, whether it is exhibition related to tourism or beauty or IT, Jitex or Gulf food. You talk about any business, and Dubai, arranges the platform for the world to meet and exchange business. So this collaborative mindset that Dubai has, and the way it caters to the world, it becomes easy for you to reach out the world through Dubai. Whether you are into any product or services, once you are in Dubai, there are already 200 expats living over here who can become your customer and who can become the word of mouth in those countries. There are already like more than 100 exhibitions taking place where people from across the globe are coming, and you have the opportunity to market yourself over there. So you understand, when you are thinking of Dubai, you are not thinking of just this 13 million population. When you're thinking of Dubai, you're thinking of entire GCC, you're thinking of Africa, you're thinking of Europe, you're thinking of entering into different continents. So Dubai can be your catalyst to your global success for any brand or service. So this is the second point that I really love about Dubai. And obviously, number three is because of the security and safety measures that Dubai takes. There are a lot of checkpoints before somebody comes in Dubai and starts a business, which makes it a very place with quality people. Just imagine if there is a place which where opening a company is very easy and there is no compliance, and maybe in just $100 you can start a business. There is no filtration of who is serious about it. But in Dubai, when they have several checkpoints, they do proper security due diligence of anybody starting a business over here. There are different compliance checks. There are proper document requirements. It's absolutely easy to start business in Dubai, but with ease, they also make sure that the compliance is not compromised. And the banks have different set of document requirements and due diligence system for onboarding investors. There are different systems that is there before you set up a company. There are certain, you can say, formalities that you need to take care every year. So they make sure that the person is active, people who are opening the company are genuine, they're not here to run away, and people who are coming here, they're coming here with a bandwidth to serve you. So, because of this entry checkpoints or entry barriers that Dubai has kept, it has become a very safe city for entrepreneurs. When you are here and you're talking to people, you are talking to serious people who are really serious about business, who has already taken action, who has already gone through some compliances, who has already invested from their pocket, and so that yes, you are talking to people who are really prospects. So these are 3 points that I really want to highlight about Dubai, which, as an investor, definitely makes it the best city for me to branch out or start my business or present my idea. Now, when we are talking about Dubai, let me tell you a little bit about Black Swan as a team. So, Black Swan as a company, we started in 2016, and we started with a vision of helping expats set up their companies in the Emirates, and we wanted to make the process easier for them, hassle free for them. We wanted to guide them in the right way so that they take the right decisions, because Dubai gives you a lot of options. There are three jurisdictions: mainland, free zone, offshores. There are 66 free zones, but sometimes wherever there are more options, there is more confusion. So we didn't want people to get carried away or overwhelmed with the information and take wrong decisions. We really wanted them to plan well. And when they're stepping foot in Dubai, we wanted them to keep their best foot forward. And we wanted to become the catalyst. So this is what Black Swan's vision was. So we started with just a two people company. However, I think we got a lot of love from our clients, and slowly our team increased. And now it's been 6 or 7 years, and we are a team, 50 plus team. We already have branches in Oman and Dubai. We have 15,000 square feet co-working space. So we are also helping our clients with offices, and co-working spaces, economical offices, so that they can. We're trying to give a 360-degree approach to them, so that it's a one-stop solution for them. So that's all about team, and our team is always ready to serve you from the beginning till the end. From the time you think of an idea, from discussing the idea with you, from discussing the feasibility of the idea, where to set up, how to set up, the timelines, planning your itinerary, planning your schedule to arrive to Dubai, completing your formalities, then planning your residency, till getting your bank accounts, and till the time you successfully start your business. Our team helps as a helping hand to you, and they make sure that you have your this whole process is a great experience for you. So this is what we vision. A few things about Dubai, as you know, that it has been announced as number one in the MENA region in the World Bank Group for ease of doing business. So once you have set up in Dubai, as you know, I think even being a lady, my personal experience in the last 7 years, I think when I think of doing anything in Dubai, whether it is expanding, whether it is doing meetings, whether it is investment, whether it's pooling funds, there's nothing that is too difficult if you just take a few actions and if you're on the right track. So Dubai gives you with open hands. Once you are here and you're working honestly and you're working and you're taking the right steps at the right time, I think Dubai is a place which always give you fruits. You can barely go empty hand from here. It is also, most entrepreneurial country. Like, most of the people over here are either doing business, are freelancers, are consultants. So it's a hub of leaders, and it has also been ranked in the Arab world number one for innovation. And I think that nobody will deny. Like, whether it is technology, in finance or retail or any industry, they are the first ones to collaborate technology with any kind of business, and that makes and keeps it always in the number one category in the global market. So there are a lot of things that are good about Dubai. Many people, they ask, Rupa, what kind of business should we do? What kind of business should we start? Definitely, Dubai is something where you can start any business. However, as you see the market trends, or if you can see the GDP growth of different industries, you will find these are few industries which are really proving as to be game changers for entrepreneurs and investors, which includes finance market, transport and storage, construction, real estate, accommodation and food services, information and communication, arts recreation, education, electric gas and waste management, health and social work, wholesale and retail, manufacturing, public admin and defense, support services, and agriculture. So, if you are planning of getting into any of these industries, I think this is the right time for you to get into them and make a mark. You can always do your due diligence and study the best of your competitors, what they have done, how they have done, and then you can innovate it with your own ideas, and you can launch in this market. So you can already see the growth, and you can absolutely put your best forward to get into any of these industries. If you're already an expert, that's amazing. Otherwise, you can collaborate with people who are into it, or you can invest in these kind of companies already doing well in the UAE market. These are few examples, as some success stories. Kareem started as a simple ride sharing app in 2012, and just a decade later, it is now called a super app, and was acquired by Uber by $3 billion. And it has expanded across the region day by day. And like this, there are many success stories, including Huda Beauty. As you know, it turned into $1 billion business. and now it's one of UAE's biggest success stories, which was founded by Iraqi American beauty Ms. Huda Katan in 2013. And the success you've already seen, and I think almost you see stores in any of the malls that you visit. So now, when you're planning of this wonderful city, as an investor, as if you're planning to come to this city and planning to expand your business here, or planning to make profits or get clients from here, there are three ways that you can launch your business here. Number one, by setting up your own company over here. You can set up your own company. Either you can relocate, or you can hire a team member who can run the marketing for you, and you can visit periodically and maybe access them from your home country itself. Number two is, let's say if you have not absolutely decided to set up your company, you can start visiting the exhibitions related to your industry that is happening in this country, and you can start exploring the market. Because once you start exploring the markets, you will see how it's working for you. So maybe this is also a way of going safe with your plans to set up here. Another is, if you are frequently visiting to Dubai, and if you're making some connections, then definitely you can collaborate with people who are in the similar industry, who might can become your distributors or wholesalers, or suppliers, and through them you can start selling your services or your products. So these are some of the ways how you can get into this market. Obviously, from my side, I like to always go all in. So if you, even as you already know, the consumers, like, yeah, there is 13 million population here, there is another 100 million sitting in just the GCC, and then Africa and other continents is already there. So the consumer is already there. So if you are selling any product or service that can be sold to humans, I think there is no thinking twice. And the best way that you can enter this market is by setting up your own company, because then the kind of accountability that you have, and obviously the kind of profits that you will make, both will be really advantages for you. So today, when we are talking about setting up a company in Dubai, or I would like to now bring the experts who would like to give you some more details on how you can set up a company, what are the options that are available. Definitely, I will connect back to you very soon. So let me invite our next speaker, which is Faisal Hulmani. Faisal is a consultant. He's very favorite to his customers. He has been famous for getting amazing testimonials from his clients. So he understands the needs of his customers and tries to deliver more than what they expect. I think that is what customer experience is. So today, Faisal will be talking about incorporation in mainland and free zone. So I'm sure all of you are confused with this. When you type on Google and there are 1,000 options that appears, Faisal will inform you on what you should do and why you should do. And if there are any questions, keep asking your questions in the chat banner. We will love to answer you after we have finished. So it's all off to you, Faisal. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Hello everyone. Most of them have a question like they have confused between what jurisdiction they should choose, like mainland, free zone, where to do business in UAE, how to do. So I will just tell you about the benefits basically and differentiate between the mainland and free zone, how, so that accordingly you will be able to understand exactly where, as per your business, as per your requirement, where you can open a company either in main or free zone. So first I will be talking about the mainland. As you know, there are 7 emirates in UAE. Okay, so 7 emirates have mainlands and free zones as well. So free zones, there are many, there are across 46 free zones across UAE, where majorly there are few which are active and giving, issue the license to do the business. So we'll talk about the mainland. Before 2015, it was the requirement where the 51% of the share percentage must be held by a local person. Okay, and you can only be the 49%. That was the option 2015 before. But post 2015, then government came up and they want the tourism. They want people because they have made such a beautiful city. You see the infrastructure is so amazing, and lot of people, millions of people, you can see they are coming to Dubai, and the way they like. So they want to promote the tourism as well, and they want the investors to be here and to live whatever how this beautiful city they have made, and they want you to do the business here. So they then 2015 post, they have made this thing easier where there is no local requirement. So 100% ownership would be on the expat. So who can open a company in Dubai or UAE? Okay, any individual who having a passport validity minimum 6 months can open a company in Dubai. It doesn't matter you should have a partners or no. Even if a single person wants to open a company, yes, you can open a company. No restrictions. So you get the first thing is 100% ownership of your company. Okay, it can be an individual or it can be a subsidiary or a branch of foreign entity. You can open, no restrictions, you can open. Then we have a beautiful instruction which I told you. Now what are the other benefits? So basically the you get the flexibility of business. Okay, where who open a company in mainland? So this is the first question. So any individual or a corporate who wants to target local market inside the UAE, they want to target like 70, 80%, 90% business they want to do inside the UAE. Then they should go with the mainland option, because that give them vast variety of options. And anywhere in the UAE as well as outside the UAE you can do business. There is no restrictions at all. You have your client, you have your customer company target within UAE, you can do. You have outside UAE, anywhere in the world you can do the business, no restrictions. Then another benefit you get is there are many activities which are not available in free zone, but in mainland you get multiple options for which is the activities are available in the UAE for if you're or having a company in mainland. Okay, now who issue license? So basically anywhere in UAE among these 7 emirates, wherever mainland you open a company, there is a Department of Economic Development, which you can see, it's DED. So all the emirates have their department, like Dubai Economic Department, Sharjah Economic, Ras Al Khaimah, Ajman, Fujairah. These all have their departments who issue license. So basically, DED is the government authority who issue license to expats who open a company in anywhere in UAE mainland. Right? So these are the government body who issue the licenses. Now if you want to expand your business, okay, so you have an option where one emirates you have a company, and if you want to make more your presence, and if you want to move to the another emirates, yes, you can open a subsidiary or a branch of that company in other emirates as well. Okay, so you have many options and wherever, let's say you open a company in Dubai, okay, any of the emirates, let's talk about the Dubai. So when you open a company in Dubai, so you have options where you can take a virtual office. Like basically how it works to get the license, the office address is mandatory. It's normal, right? So they are giving you option. But like for the basically for the startup, you can take a virtual office, just an address, and get the license. Second option you have is you can take a proper physical office. So physical office option also you have where you can take anywhere in the Dubai mainland, anywhere, no restrictions. You can take anywhere as of your choice, wherever you're finding good location. You can see what is beneficial for you. Economically is also there, expensive is also there. So the UAE have given you option, okay, where if you want a good location, you can choose the offices there. Where you want some economical, you can do. So you get all the options as per your budget, as what is for basically for the startups. And then there are the one more benefit is for the mainland. If you have a company in mainland, you get more government projects, because the governments they mainly focus for the mainland companies. So if you want the governmental projects, if you work with them, so they will ask you for the mainland license. And as I told you before, like 80-90%, if your business is UAE, then you can go with the mainland options. Another part is the registration process is very simple, it's very easy. it's hassle free. Just passport copy is required and the company is formed. So it's very simple. Now, if I talk about how much does it cost to open a company in mainland, so roughly you can keep in mind $5,000 to $6,000 your company can be formed in mainland. So it's very easy. Registration process is very simple, and you get a lot of activities option where as per your requirement you can go with the options. And another is there is unlimited employment opportunities. So when you open a company, you will be getting investor visa, and also you want to hire an employee in future once your company grows, and in future if you want to hire an employee. So there is no limitations for to hiring an employee. Just we need to follow the process and rules and regulations which need to be taken care, right? So the compliance, security, everything is there. You get full support from the government. So this is for the mainland. Now we will be talking about, I will be explaining about the free zone. So then you will understand basically the basic difference between mainland and free zone. So if I talk about free zone, so there are 46 free zones across the UAE, where few free zones which are majorly active and are issued a license. So every free zones have their speciality. Okay. Now in Dubai there are multiple free zones. In Sharjah there are multiple free zones. In Ajman there are free zones. Ras Al Khaimah, Al Quwain. These are like Abu Dhabi. So there are multiple free zones. So if I talk about this speciality, now first I will come to DMCC. So basically DMCC is Dubai Multi Commodity Center. It is the government of Dubai Authority and Commodities Trade Enterprise. It's the world's flagship free zones across the globe. So it is the number one free zone in UAE. Now, what the speciality of this free zone is? So let's say you want to do activity related to gold and diamond, chemical, fertilizers, general trading. So these are few activities which is mainly, they have the companies registered under DMCC. Why? Because in UAE, there are companies who are doing this gold and diamond business. Okay. And they have a client in US, UK, Europe. So their client requirement is they will do business with that companies who is registered under DMCC. So there are few clients outside the UAE where they prefer that your company must be registered under DMCC, then only they will do business. So this is the DMCC. That's why it's very famous for gold and diamond and chemical fertilizers activities, right? Now, if I move on to another free zone, which is RAC DAO free zone. This is Digital Asset Oasis free zone. It's in Ras Al Khaimah. So this they have implemented specially for the crypto traders, stock, forex broker, trading in crypto, then property trading in regular exchanges. So anything related to your stock market, crypto trading, you want to do this. So Ras Al Khaimah Digital Asset Oasis is the free zone which gives you allows you to get this activity. Okay, so that's why all these free zones have their speciality. So anything related to crypto, you can go with the RAGDA option. Then there are other free zones which I can say talk about, which has a port. Now port means where your goods will import and export, right? So there is Jabal Ali free zone, just Dubai. So basically a port. So there it's a free zone. It's mainly for the client who want a warehouses and want to do a proper import export. Basically where they have a business outside country. So free zone, the concept is why they have made this free zone is like if you have a business 70-80% outside country you want to do. Let's say you have a product in India and directly you want to supply to other countries, the USA, UK, or any part of the world. So, and for the invoicing purpose, just to invoice from Dubai, you open a company in Dubai. So in that case, you can open a company in free zone. So this gives you an opportunity where just for the import export, just for the invoicing purpose, you can open. And if you want to store a goods and you want proper warehouse in Jabal, you can go with the Jabal Ali area option. It's support from there. Then There is another in Sharjah, which is Hamria Port. So it's a port. So there also you will find the warehouses for all of you have a business of import export. You want to store the goods and do business. So Hamria Port is there where you can use. Then there is Russell Khema free zone, which is mainly for all the activities. There is some economic other and Dubai options is there where you will find the difference in the pricing. But in terms of business, there is no difference. Only difference is just an address where you take a Dubai free zone, so you get a Dubai address. That's why. Rest all is same. Only the differentiate I told you that they have specialized in their activities. So another free zone is Davza, which is Dubai Airport free zone. So if you have any activity related to which you need air cargo, like which you want to get from the airport, so then Davza free zone is there. So then there is Ajman free zone. So Ajman free zone also have a port. So there also. So you have all the options as per economically wise, as per the charges are different, the free zones, because they are based in different emirates, and the government body are also different. For each free zones they have the government body who issue license, so rules and regulations are also differ from free zone to free zone. These are just a brief introduction about the free zone. Now, in terms of pricing wise, all the free zones have different pricing. So I can tell you the lowest and being the highest. So if approximately you can keep in mind $3,000 to $4,000, you can get the registration in free zone. It's that simple. And there also in free zones you have an option where it's not mandatory where you have to take an office, because the free zone they give lease agreement along with the license. If it also depends on the activity. Let's say you have an activity of manufacturing. So by default, for manufacturing activity, it's not possible on virtual office. So you need to take a proper warehouse. Same for trading activity, no office required. Until no warehouse office required. Until unless you want to store the goods or you want to an office, you can take. Or else, free zone gives you option a lease agreement along with the license. So that completely depends on the activity, what activity you're doing. For manufacturing, yes, any manufacturing activity you want to do in free zone, then warehouse is mandatory. But other than that, it's a trading or any service license you want services, then no requirement of office will give you lease agreement along with the free zones. So these are some benefits, and also where bank account is also very easy, no matter you are in mainland or free zone. Is this the documentation is varies, where in the next slide Mr. Ansu will explain you in details about the banking and visa and taxation part, right? So I hope I have cleared most of the point, but still if you have any more query, because see, deciding the jurisdictions like mainland and free zone, you cannot just decide and just tell, yeah, I want to open here. No, because there are a lot of compliance, there are a lot of rules and regulations different. For that you need a proper consultant who can guide you, assist you as per your business activity, as per your what exactly you want to do, so that the consultant can give you good at best advice. So it is advisable to, before making the decision in jurisdictions, whether mainland free zone where you want to open a company, it's advisable to take a advice, a consult from a business consultant. For that we are there and we can help you. So further we can Mr. Anshu will take it from here. Yes, Anshu.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Fazil, for the wonderful session. So, guys, in this session, primarily my part would be now covering the post-compliance part, that which is very important to be taken care of. As Rupa already shared, what are the benefits of moving to Dubai, what are the various advantages. So, I personally believe that all of us, at least once in a lifetime, have visited Dubai. So, whenever people come to Dubai, they are mesmerized by their infrastructure of Dubai, the quality standards, and I guess most of you have also seen the reels and the TikToks, which depict that how safe is Dubai. The safety is number one, the infrastructure, the quality of living. So all these things comprise together. And whenever people have the same question pops up in their mind, like how can I shift to Dubai? What are the ways through which can I get the permanent residency of Dubai? So in my part, I will be covering various steps involved through which you can get a UAE residency visa. So UAE residency visa is government is very flexible. They are giving multiple options for you so that as per your eligibility criteria, you can choose whatever is eligible for you. For example, the first we have this investor visa. Okay, as Faisal already covered the part, if you are having a company in UAE under your name, as the shareholders of the company, you will get the investor visa. Okay, investor and partner visa is only given to the shareholders of the company. If you're having minimum 20% of the share under the company, then you will get this investor visa. The validity of the visa is for 2 years. After 2 years, is renewable again. Okay, now after investor visa, employment visa, you started the company, you're on track. Now you want to hire employees under the company who will be managing other departments. Suppose you want accountant for the company, you want a sales manager for the company, you want a financial manager, financial risk analyst for the company. So these all things can be managed by the employees. So we can give an employment visa to the employees who are working under the company. The validity of the employment visa is also for 2 years, which depicts the positions or the visa quota eligibility and all. So offer letter will be typed, the designation will be mentioned, which particular designation you want to give it to the employee, whether it's a finance manager, whether it's a marketing manager, or any particular designation that you wish to give it. As an employer, as the company owner, it's your liability to give employment visa to employees who are working under the company. Okay, so validity is also for 2 years. After 2 years, you can renew it again. The contract can be created for 1 year, 2 year. Okay, it's a limited time period contracts. Okay, so after that we have the dependent visa. So basically, Dubai government, as I mentioned, the UAE government is very flexible to supporting the expats so that they can bring their families to the country and live with them together happily. Whether it's their parents, whether it's their wife, whether it's their children, because it's all about them. We are living for them only. So Dubai government has initiated this as well, which is known as dependent visa, which means that you can sponsor your blood relatives, which means that under your own visa, you can sponsor your parents, you can sponsor your wife and your children as well. Nominal documents are required, such as birth certificate, marriage certificate of you and your wife, and children's birth certificate. With this, they are not liable to work for any company. It's just that they will be coming under your own sponsorship. Okay, so that you don't have to find any other sponsors for your dependents and you can stay with them happily. So this next category is the golden visa. This is the new initiative which the government has recently launched, and golden visa is categorized into various things. Suppose first is an employment visa. The government is giving golden visa, which compromises states that if you're drawing a monthly salary of minimum 30,000 dirhams from the company, the government is giving you a 10-year-old golden visa. And if you're a very prominent person, if you are an influencer, if you're a Nobel Prize winner, or if you're a high celebrity and you have made a significant name in your home country, then also the government is giving you a golden visa. The other visa category is the retirement visa, which the UAE government recently introduced. It's a 5-year visa, which is known as a retirement visa. It primarily has certain eligibility criteria that you need to fulfill, such as the minimum age of the person applying should be minimum 55 years old. The person should have an annual salary of approximately 200,000 dirhams. Or option 2 is that he should have a fixed deposit in UAE bank, which compromises of amount 1 million dirhams. So these are the few eligibility criteria to get the retirement visa, which is consist of 5-year validity. Okay, then we have other kind of visas as well. Suppose we talk about freelance visa. This is the most open question that I usually receive from the customers. If what is the process for getting a freelance visa? Can I work for the companies? Yes, freelance visa is also available. It usually given out by some free zone authority itself. They give you a freelance package visa. The approximate cost for the freelance visa starts from $3,000. And that is an option also available. It's also limited period time only for 1 year and 2 years. You can renew it as well after it expires. Okay, then we have other category of property visa. As you know, this visa is the highest amount of people taking golden visa under property basis. If you're purchasing a property of 750,000 dirhams, 1 million, 2 million, so you will get the golden visa is comprising of that. If you're taking a property, buying a property under your name, which is worth around 2 million dirhams, then you get a golden visa of 10 years. If the property is worth around 750,000 dirhams, then it's for 2 years. So it depends upon the value of the property. Primarily the maximum visa validity for this golden visa on the property basis is for 10 years. Okay, so the next question is that, if you want to come to Dubai for a short term basis, if you want to meet here people, do some business talks, then you can take a visit visa, which is also can be a business visa as well. Visit visa is for a temporary visa. It can be a single entry as well as multiple entry. Normally the validity of these visas compromises about 30 to 60 days, so that you can initially come here, study the market, meet new people, understand the potentials in the market, and accordingly you can move from that. Okay, so this was the primary part about the visa part. Any question comes up anytime, just feel free to ping us out. Okay, next I'll be covering the bank account part. Bank account part can be covered. Rupa, you can share the bank account slide. We can move forward the bank account.
Yes, 1 second. I think Anshu, you can go ahead. I think Faisal
Okay,
got.
sure, no worries. So next question that prominently comes up, what happens after the company is incorporated, after the visa is processed, what's the next step? So the third step as a business owner is very important part, as the bank account, once the business is running, how can you open a bank account in Dubai? That's the primary question which rises up. So to get a corporate or a personal bank account in UAE, there are certain criteria that you need to fulfill. Okay. The first criteria is that, first, either you should have a company under your name, and the second most important factor is that you should have a valid Emirates ID. Okay, there is an EID card. After the visa is obtained, there is an EID card which is given to the investors or the employees under the company. Okay, with that Emirates ID, we can proceed with the bank account option. So coming to bank account, primarily the Central Bank of UAE is governing. It's a financial authority which supervises all the banks in the UAE, whether it's a private sector bank, whether it's a government bank, or whether it's a foreign banks. Okay, if we speak about some of the most prominent and very premium banks in UAE. Some of them are ADCB, DIB, Mashreq Bank. These are the some of the banks that are UAE. And also, if you want to know about government-owned banks, suppose Emirates NBD, it's a government UAE government-owned bank. So these are some of the very prominent banks that we have here in the UAE. And UAE bank accounts are also renowned worldwide very highly because of their transparency which they offer, because of their the process which usually involves in this, and also the usage. Once the bank account is open, you can access the bank account from anywhere in the world. You can do the transactions with internet banking facility. The banks is giving you the credit cards, debit cards, and check, all the premium bank account facilities that you want for your business. The government is offering, and the banks is also offering on that. Other than the business bank account, if you want to get into the personal banking, if you want to open a personal bank account in UAE, as you know, in UAE personal income tax is zero. Whatever salary you're doing as an employee, it's on a zero basis. There is no tax on the personal income that you're generating from the company as an employee or as a general manager. Okay, so that's the good thing about the banking of facility which UAE banks prominently offers. There are also foreign banks that have made their headquarters in the UAE. Suppose if we take an example of HSBC, it's a very prominent bank. Other foreign banks, suppose Citibank. So these are the couple of banks which are foreign banks, but they have shifted their headquarters to Dubai to access the customers and to give the services to the customers. So all these things comprise together, in regards with the bank account opening. We as Black Swan, we provide customers with the corporate bank account opening facilities as well. We make sure the right documentation is there, the right process is followed, and each and every step is managed by a banking consultant. So we make sure that all the banking related process is professionally supervised, so you guys don't face any challenges primarily at all. So other than banking, if you talk about, there are certain UAE labor laws which needs to be considered. There are some of the compliance wise, the labor laws may come up. Suppose if you are a company owner, you want to give an employment visa to the employee of the company. What are the certain compliances as a company owner that you need to take into consideration? Primarily, first is a contract. You need to, there is a contract between the employer and the employee. The contract usually depicts the nominal things, such as the notice period that the employee should serve, the probation period, what is the basic salary, what are the additional benefits the employer is giving to the employee. So all these things is primarily written document on the contract, which employer and the employee as per their mutual discussion, mutually signs the agreement. Okay, then only the visa process moves forward. First is the employment contract signing. So it's a very important step. As I mentioned before as well, all the employers in UAE, it's mandatory for the employers to give employment visa to the employees who are working under the company. Okay, and the second is that once you give them the employment contract and the visa is processed, next is how to do the salary transfer. So one of the best things about UAE government is that UAE government supports employees as well. They are very strict in regards with the salaries of the employees, make sure that the salaries are being given to the employees on a regular and a timely basis. So once the company is activated and the employment visas for the employees are also activated and the employees also have their bank account, so the company will register themselves with the WPS is a UAE wage protection system, which usually protects the employees from any unnecessary deductions or any unnecessary deductions in their wages. So very good initiative by the UAE government, which support employees in other way. And other things that needs to be mentioned in the employment contract, stuff like that, 30 days annual leave, 30 days paid leave should be provided to all the employees. And also, other than that, other benefits such as gratuity and health insurance. So all the employers in Dubai, in UAE primarily, need to give a mandatory health insurance to all the employees, which will cover their basic health insurances, such as all the health related things, can be covered by this health insurance. Okay, so this was primarily some of the important labor laws, which as an employer you should be very compliant to, and also compliance, pre and post compliance, all the things should be professionally taken care by yourself, so that you don't face any challenges as such. Okay, so next, the final part of what we will cover is the taxation. Taxation, as a business owner, you should also consider taxation as very vital part wherever you are incorporating a business in. So in UAE primarily we have two kind of taxation. First is VAT. Okay, value added tax. This taxation came into UAE in 2018. It's a kind of an indirect taxation which is slapped at 5% for most goods and services that you're having. Okay, 5% is the VAT tax available. It's an indirect tax basically, and the government has also made a threshold on this taxation in VAT. Primarily, suppose if your sales of the company is reaching 100,000 US dollars, then what you need to do is that as a company owner, you need to inform it to the FTA, Federal Tax Authority, stating that I have reached the sales threshold of 100,000 US dollars. Now I'm eligible for this VAT registration. Okay, once you do that, government will check your documents and everything, and they will give you a TRN, which is known as tax registration certificate. Okay, tax registration number, tax registration certificate you will get. And once after that you're invoicing it to the client, you need to add this 5% on your invoice. Okay, so that's the first kind of indirect tax in UAE, which is known as VAT. Okay, there is a second taxation which is recently introduced in the UAE. Registrations and the deadlines have already started this year. The filing would be most probably coming from 2025 first quarter. Okay, which is known as corporate tax, which is slapped at 9%. It's a direct taxation which is coming to the companies on the profits of above 100,000 US dollars. If your profits of the company are above 100,000 US dollars, then the government, you need to pay a 9% tax on the profits. For example, if your annual profits of the company came as 150,000 US dollars, the threshold is only 100,000. So you are only liable to pay taxation on the balance amount, that is $50,000. On the $50,000, you need to pay the 9% corporate tax. Okay, so this is kind of a direct taxation which came into picture. Your books will be audited you as UAE government mandates. All companies in UAE, it's mandatory for you to keep a proper documentation of accounting and bookkeeping for the company. Okay, in which you need to mention the monthly and the date wise, the transaction, the sales of the company, the expense of the company. So it's very important, the taxation part, you have sorted it out in terms of the filing and all. VAT, primarily the filing stages depends upon the company's turnover. Almost 95% of the cases, the VAT filing lies upon the quarterly basis. On quarterly basis, you need to file the VAT returns to the FTA authority, and corporate tax is done on annual basis. Okay, so VAT is quarterly paid to the government, and corporate tax is done annually one time to the government. Okay, so this was a brief introduction about the taxation point. And coming to the next part is that as I mentioned, we are a corporate service provider, whichever headquarters in Dubai. We primarily have other branches as well. We have other branches in Saudi Arabia and Riyadh. As you know, if you think after Dubai, one of the market which is growing like a lot is Saudi Arabia, Riyadh. Okay, if you have already have a business in India or in Dubai, now you want to shift your business to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is one of the very interesting option and very catchy options as well. So in the coming days, we will be doing a seminar with our Saudi business consultants as well in regards to the advantages of opening up a company in Saudi Arabia, what are the process involved and stuff like that. Other than Saudi and GCC, where we are present is Oman, in primarily in Muscat. Oman is also very investor friendly market, and the ease of doing business in Oman is also very prominent. The quality of clients and the customers that we have, the banking facility in Oman is also very good. So these are some, other than Dubai, as we know, it's a very prominent market. Other than Dubai, other GCC markets which you can focus upon is, one of them is Oman and Saudi Arabia. So in the coming days, we will be doing this kind of webinar session so that the clients can be well educated about the jurisdictions in the GCC region and what are the benefits these countries offer to the customers. Okay, so this was primarily the webinar wounding it up. So basically, if you have any consultation required in regards with expanding your business or setting up a new business in any of the Gulf countries, please reach us out for a 30 minutes free consultation with our business setup expert. And if you have any queries, you can drop down it to us or email it to us anytime. Okay. So this is primarily it. Rupa, over to you. You can take care of that.
Thank you, Anshu and Faisal. Dear customers, I hope you all like our webinar. Thank you for being such a great audience. And every time we are trying to bring something or the other information so that your vision towards your global expansion can become more and more clear with the information that we provide. Our request is that please write us if you have any other queries. Our email ID is info@blackswanbss.com. As you can see, this is our website, www.blackswanbss.com. Over there, you will find a lot of inquiry forms. You can fill in your queries related to Dubai, Oman, Saudi, trademarks, visas, golden visas, anything. And we are here to help you. The best part that we are here to help you with expertise, give you the right knowledge and guidance. Our charges or consultation fees is very, very market competitive. And that's why we have almost 97% client retention. So most of our clients, they do stay with us. And the best part is that we are giving 360-degree support. So you do not need to go to different vendors for different things, from your attestations to your trademarks to your translations to your virtual offices or co-working spaces or smart offices, from your custom codes to your bank account. We are doing it all. So as a customer, I think it's important for you to focus on what is important and value your time and outsource these paperworks to the experts so that we can finish it in less time and with no mistakes, and you get to focus on your core business. That is what our aim is. So you will get absolute transparency, friendliness. We are quite approachable and attentive towards the work that is assigned to us. So I am looking forward to hear from you, and my team is looking forward to onboard you as a valuable customer. And we want to witness your journey towards your global expansion. See, it's 2024, and if your company is not at least in 3 countries, then you are not using the technology enough. So any entrepreneur who has a good service or product to provide, I think it is no brainer for you to at least reach to 3 economies and take your product or services to different audiences. So that is what our aim is. We will come back next week with another session on business setup in Saudi Arabia. And I'm sure a lot of you have a lot of questions related to that. I will be here with Mr. Anand and Neha and Robin to present you on that, and it'll be a great experience. To see you next week. Thank you so much, Anshu and Faisal, for putting the hard work on the information that you have provided. and for the wonderful session that you have given. Once you reach us in the forms, you can mention if you would like to get in touch with Anshu or Faisal, and we will get in touch with you directly. Thank you so much for today. I'll sign off. This is Rupa Jha from Blackstone Business Setup Services. It was an amazing session. See you next week, same time. Bye bye.
See you. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye.